Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be testing out my vintage 1950s makeup. This is an eyeshadow palette from Studio Girl Cosmetics. It comes with instructions and everything and it's never been used. So I'm going to test out some of the colors. I'm also going to test out my vintage Revlon lipstick from the 1950s, as well as vintage Max Factor Creme Puff powder and vintage blush from the 1950s. Alright, so let's jump right in with my 1950s makeup tutorial using actual 1950s cosmetics. So I have this vintage Studio Girl Cosmetic eyeshadow palette, and it also has eyeliner and mascara built in. It's never been used, so it's vintage dead stock, and it has these beautiful pastel colors, as well as eyeliner and cake mascara. And it came with instructions, so it's in a deluxe eye makeup ensemble. And I'm going to go through and read the instructions and go through each step. So the first step is shadow your lids. It says stroke the fluffy shadow brush across ice blue, lavender mist, lime tartar, aqua illusion, super frosted shadow 2 to 3 times. Apply to clean, dry eyelid. Go subtle, go dramatic, depending on the amount applied. So the first shade that I'm going to try is the ice blue shade, because I think it's a really pretty eyeshadow color, and I'm going to go through and sweep this gently across my eyelid. And right away the color's picking up quite nicely on the brush. And it looks like this color is still standing the test of time. It's working quite well. Keep in mind I also have a barrier cream on, but I really love this eyeshadow. This is a really beautiful color. So you can see it's a really nice 1950s blue color. I also want to show you the Vintage Doll Cosmetics eyeshadow palette to show you how similar some of the colors are in comparison to this authentic 1950s one. So that is a really nice blue. I quite like it. So that is it for the blue color. As you can see, it's a really nice 1950s blue. So I'm going to go in now to the next step and see what it says. So the next step is highlighting. Using the fluffy shadow brush, sweep a subtle shimmer of golden highlight directly under the arch of the brow on the brow bone. So I'm going to go in with a different brush. This is more of a fluffy brush. I'm going to go in and use that gold color and highlight my brow bone and see how that looks. Okay, I can tell this is a really nice highlighting gold shimmer color. It's quite nice. And step 3 is contour. Mix brown or black cake eyeliner with the slim fine tip eyeliner brush and water until mixture is creamy. Sweep a pale line across the natural eye crease. For less intensity, use more water, then remix. Smooth with fingertips. Rinse brush after each use. So I have this small brush and I dipped it in water, and I'm going to go in with the dark brown shade to do the crease of my eyes. And I quite like the way it really makes my eyes pop. To be honest, this tutorial must be from the late 1950s, because I know in the early 50s they did not do this much contouring. So I'm thinking this is late 50s. And that is it for the eyeshadow. I quite like the look. As you can see, it really works well at making the eyes pop and add a bit of depth. So I followed all the directions so far. And now we're going in to line your eyes. Using the same slim fine tip brush, mix brown and black cake eyeliner until creamy. Draw a thin line across the upper lid as close to the lashes as possible. Rinse brush after each use. And I quite like how easy this is to line your eyes. It's a very subtle look compared to like a thick, heavy liquid liner. but this is how people used eyeliner back then. So that is the first eye, and then I'm gonna go in and do the left eye. And that is it for the eyeliner. As you can see, it works really well of creating a dramatic look. And notice for the 50s, they did not put mascara on the lower eyelids or do any eyeliner on the lower lids. It's just the top half of the eye. And the last step is your eyelashes. For longest lashes, stroke the wet mascara brush over brown or black cake mascara until the mixture is creamy. Apply to eyelashes, working from outer lash to inner lashes. To build lashes even more, allow to dry, then reapply second coat, just like the first. Rinse brush after each use. Comes with a mascara brush. I am going to dip this in water and try it out. I'm going to use the black and see how this works. I always had a hard time with cake mascara. I find it difficult, but probably it gets easier with practice. And I noticed it is just adding a bit more color to my eyelashes. So that is it for the eyeshadow and eye set, and those are the colors I have. So that is all done. Now I'm gonna go in and try some of my other vintage 1950s makeup. So I have this vintage Max Factor Creme Puff from the 1950s. This one came out in 1953. Still has the color in it. So I'm gonna try a little bit on my cheeks and see what this is like. Just like an overall kind of powder foundation. Keep in mind I have a barrier cream on and I will be rinsing this all off immediately. I'm not wearing this out of the house or anything like that. So this is just all to try and sample for you. So please do not go home and try doing this and wearing it. Looks like the powder has stood the test of time. It really seems to be working quite well. Is blush. I'm going to apply a blush from the 1950s. This is a Heather Rouge and it says it's for daytime, and it is a really nice bright pink blush color. As you can see, it's very bright pink. It's a really nice blush, and I have a feeling a little will go a long way with this, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit on my brush and try it and see how this looks. And it's a really nice color. It definitely is that really pretty 1950s color. Really brightens up your skin. Lastly is a vintage Revlon. This is Love That Red, and I believe this one is from the 1950s. I know this color came out in the 50s, and this container looks like it's from the 1950s. It's almost gone, but I want to try it and see what this color looks like on. I'm just gonna use a brush here. And this is a Revlon Love That Red. And it is a really nice color. This is a really nice bright red. It kind of has an orangey undertone, like a cherry red. And that is it for my 1950s Revlon I Love That Red. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Let me know if you want me to test out any of my other vintage makeup. I'm really enjoying this series, and I'm gonna go wash my face right now just to make sure it doesn't set in. All right, I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.